We are going blueberry picking today.
Yep, we wanted to take you guys on one of our favorite Northern Ontario summertime adventures, picking blueberries.
Sounds like the Sandhill cranes are already here, so we better catch up.
Yep, let's get going. The abundance of wild blueberries out here is mind-blowing. Thousands and thousands of acres. You could never even make a dent in what's here. Like all of this is all wild blueberry. You could walk for hours in any direction and still not reach the end of this patch. It's just massive, absolutely massive. And as far as harvesting goes, you definitely don't want to just be like stripping full areas here. You want to do this responsibly, do it sustainably. So just pull some berries off, leave some berries on, and move on. And like I said, you could walk for hours here in any direction, and you would just have blueberries everywhere.
So this is our first year using these guys. They're foldable buckets. It's working out pretty well. So you want to get right underneath the plant. You can just squish it down. So when you pull, if anything falls while you're pulling, it also gets caught in the bucket. And it'll grow with me as I keep on getting more blueberries. So I'd say it was a great idea. And they were like $4, so totally worth it.
We're not the only ones that like the blueberries. It's a delicacy amongst the black bears.
And the caddises.
We're back home now. This is our blueberry haul, much less than we expected. Now we have to get this cleaned up, get all these leaves, sticks, things like that out of the blueberries. So we'll show you how we do that. And then we have to soak these in water. The ripe berries will sink and the unripe berries will come to the top of the water. This is our debris removal setup. High-powered fan, an empty container, and the container full of blueberries. So what we're going to do is pour the blueberries and the debris into the other container while this fan is blowing on high, which should remove a lot of the leaves and the sticks. We'll probably still have to do some hand picking afterwards, which is fine, but it does help and take care of things pretty quickly. Let's remove the vast amount of the larger debris. You see there's still a few little leaves in there. It's not a big deal. Now we have to get these unripe berries out, which involves using water. Just going to fill that bucket up. Now we're going to pour the blueberries into the water. The unripe berries will float. The ripe berries will sink to the bottom, so we'll separate them that way. And we'll just let this sit for a little while. We'll agitate it a little bit. And we'll wait for the ripe berries to sink. The good thing about the water is it also causes a lot of the other debris to float to the top. You can see there's still ripe berries in the top here. These will sink, and you'll do the float test a couple times. Anything that remains on top, we typically turn into wine. Now we're just going to gently skim off the top berries and put them in a container, and then separate out the ripe berries from the water, and we'll repeat the process after that. Once you have completed the float test with your blueberries, we like to spread them out on some screens. We got these nice big screens from a friend of ours down the road. Thanks, Derek. And just let them air dry a little bit, get a little bit of the excess water off of them before you bag them up for the freezer. Don't mind the turnips over here. We harvested a bunch of these, which Caddis is keeping an eye on for us. This is our little bowl of rejects, I suppose you could say. These were all floaters. So this we will save to make wine. We'll just pop these in the freezer, and once we have enough various berries, they'll be fermented and turned into a delicious wild berry wine. Right?
Next up is to weigh them out. A Ziploc bag fits about 2 kilograms. So I'm going to scoop them off the screens and weigh out 2 kilograms of blueberries. This way you don't bruise them as much if you're trying to pick them up. We are freezing these blueberries because we want to make jam later. Using our delicious maple sugar. Two kilograms, ready for the freezer. So we have ended up with 8 kilograms of blueberries, 2 to make wine with, 3 to make jam with. Our maple blueberry jam is just amazing. This just wasn't a good year for blueberries. Barely any blueberries on the bush, so we decided to leave it there for the wildlife. But that's okay. We'll enjoy these 8 kilograms of blueberries, make some delicious jam, have some fresh blueberries on some pancakes with some maple syrup.